The dock worker strike, it's entering its third day, could cost the economy billions of dollars. Wages are a big part of it. But by the way, it's not really about wages. It's about something else. There's an even bigger issue than wages.
Oh, really?
I'm going to do my little by the way walk over here. So the issue here is wages, but really it's another word, an A word, a dreaded word, a hated word, a feared word for all kinds of workers. I'm talking about automation. Big advances in robotics, big advances in artificial intelligence. It's innovation to some people, but others like dock workers call it a job killer. And for good reason, you would say. Back in June, the dock workers union said it found a gate, or became aware of at least, in Mobile, Alabama, that was able to check in trucks to the port there without any union workers or people of any kind involved whatsoever. That would be a violation of the existing contract. And so now, they're not just asking for no more auto gates. They're asking for a ban on anything that is automated at the ports. No automated cranes, no automated gates, no automated container movements, nothing. No exceptions, no wiggle room. And they may get it, but here's the thing. That, too, could cost jobs because the shippers could just start using more efficient ports in Mexico and Canada. And so the question becomes, who's right? There's this march to automation. It feels inevitable, but we don't live in the long term. It might help things in the long term, but right now, we've got a choice to make. Do we deal with the pain of this automation process, or do we root for the longshoremen who are fighting like hell to push it off? Who's going to figure it out for us, Adriana?
This is an age-old question, Tony, and we have someone very young here to help us break it all down.
Hey. Hello.
John Samuel, you're managing director with the consulting firm AlixPartners, and you're also a consumer industry expert. So which is it? Because automation has been with us, since you said yesterday.
Famously, textile workers in Massachusetts in the 17 or 1800s were rioting over the new machines that were going to put the weavers out of business.
Yes. Yeah. And then also, of course, ATMs famously thought that was going to be, a job killer, but instead they created lots of jobs in the retail banking industry. So give us a little bit of your perspective. What's really at stake here?
So we're really at a moment here where we're talking about the future of work and what that looks like in America and around the world.
Yes.
And so how do we combine the natural evolutions of technology with the right to human decency and human work? And so we're seeing that play out with the labor strike negotiations here with the longshoremen on the East Coast.
So is automation going to create new jobs? I was looking at the numbers on the West Coast, which also has a longshoremen's union. They've had open automation for years now, and at least since 2020, they've had an increase in the number of union workers. So jobs were created somehow. I mean, that's a case that the shippers would make. Is there truth to that?
There is truth to that. So there will be new jobs. There will be retraining of different jobs. So maybe the jobs that were there before won't be the exact same, as the automation will take some of those. But things like semi-automation, where humans and robots are working side by side, those things are going to continue to evolve. We're seeing this play out on a global scale. Ports in Western Europe, in Asia, and as you had mentioned on the West Coast, all have had this modernization of technology. And right now, there's the debate on the East Coast on how far that should go.
It'll be interesting to look at how many jobs were created in those cases versus lost. But let's talk, let's talk about things that I know all of you guys at home are thinking about, which is, do we need to start stocking up on items, especially those perishable items, groceries, the bananas that are sitting in the crates?
I tell you what, these guys right here aren't worried about bananas. They're worried about whether these cameras are going to be robotic in 5 years. I mean, people at home, I'm worried that this is going to be an AI-generated news anchor in 5 years, and that all these scripts are written by writers and reporting. I mean, it'll be all automation threatens literally every sector of the economy. No one is safe.
This has wide-ranging impacts, and really this is the future of work. The second phase. The first was the writer's strike in Hollywood that played out over a period of time, and now you're seeing, contract that the union workers on the East Coast are saying, we need airtight language for this, for anything automation or semi-automation, because we can negotiate wages, but if we're getting 10 to 20% less hours of work, then they're offsetting and there's no real increase. You
know what they should maybe do when the robotics arrive on the shipping containers, maybe just
lose them.
Maybe, I don't know where's the container? I haven't seen it. Have you seen it? It's not here. It's not on the invoice. I don't know.
What was that splash sound?
Oops.
John Samuel, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
It's important stuff. We're joking, but it really matters. We appreciate your insights.
Thank you.